Tomorrow is Election Day, and the media would have us believe that the race is very, very close. It's a very tight race between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. But I'm not quite sure that's the truth. There's some reports that just came out today saying that this election is going to end in an electoral landslide. Hey everybody, welcome back to Coach's Archives. Thank you very much for being here. As you can see right here in this article, the media could easily win this election because voters are being, by and large, heavily influenced by the media. And maybe that's just not enough. The Harris team, the Democratic Party, they're not able to use the media to influence enough people to go and vote and elect Kamala Harris as president. So we're going to see what the backup plan is. Things like going to Saturday Night Live, things like trying to get all of these A-list actors in Hollywood to come out in support of Kamala Harris, because the Democrats are very uncomfortable with the current state of the polls. They're very uncomfortable that it's showing to be as close as it is, and many people are saying it's not close at all. This is actually going to be a blowout. So the Newsmax report that came out said that Trump has 56% odds. 56%. There is a company in the UK that specializes in gambling or betting odds. And according to them, 56% more of a chance that Donald Trump will win. Kamala Harris only gets 44% of those betting odds. So that's a little too close for comfort, in my opinion. 56%, that's not high enough. I need some more reassurance that Donald Trump is going to win election. And the Hill reports that the early voting numbers are a little scary because a lot of the Democrats seem to be defeated and not showing up to the polls. Kamala Harris and her team are very unhappy about this, and Donald Trump supporters are showing up in waves to vote and vote early for President Trump. But it may not be as close as the media, the mainstream media, would have you believe. The Gateway pundit just reported today that Trump is about to win a Reagan-Carter-like electoral landslide. And the writer here goes on, Wayne Allen Root, to talk about all of the different pieces of evidence that he has to say Donald Trump is about to win this thing in a landslide. Do not believe the mainstream media. Them saying that the election is close, they're deadlocked, that's just them grasping at straws. Really is no reason to be fearful if you are a Trump supporter. However, they also say, make sure you go and vote. It is a really interesting read. He says that no one in the media thought to question the methodology of the poll that was just recently released in Iowa, and the same media conveniently forgot to report the Emerson poll for Iowa released on the very same day, showing Trump up by a landslide, 10.5 points. And of course, that is just one part of this from the Gateway pundit, saying this is going to be a landslide for Donald Trump. PJ Media also comes out with a report today. Growing signs of a Trump landslide. Has the media tipped its hand? PJ Media gets into the biases of the media, and I love this. They say, when the media says it's a pure toss-up, it usually means the Republican is well in the lead. When the media says it's down to the wire, it usually means the Republicans are well in the lead. When the media says the Republicans has a problem with women, it usually means the Democrat has a problem with men. When the media runs a story 48 hours before the election wondering why are Democrats having such a hard time beating Trump, it usually means they're very aware how badly they're losing. When the media says there's no clear front runner, it usually means the Republican is the clear and obvious front runner. And when the media wonders how to get through election season without despair, it usually means they're sad because they're being soundly beaten. And you saw all the A-list actors come out and all the people in the music industry and everybody that Kamala Harris can get to come out and publicly show her support or their support for her here recently. And nothing gets the interest of America when the elite, who have no idea what it's like to live a normal, regular life and be a normal law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. They get these people to come out and tell you what you should do, what you should think, and how basically you should live your life. Oh, and don't forget, do everything that I tell you because I'm better than you and I am, of course, elite, which is definitely a Democratic way of thinking. Well, the word is already out that the Democratic Party is going to have a scapegoat, the best scapegoat you could possibly have, I guess. These people are going to blame when they lose. They're going to blame. Are you ready? Not the media, not Kamala Harris, not the campaign staff, none of that. They're going to blame Joe Biden. That's right, folks. Watch it happen. They're going to blame President Joe Biden for ruining her momentum by saying the things that he has said. We are all, of course, garbage, right? And the reality of it is this. Joe Biden's comments did nothing. They did nothing. You're going to lose, and you need a scapegoat. You need someone to blame because you're already going to be thinking about 4 years later what your plan is going to be. So what's happening in the meantime? Well, she had a vote, and it was about prison reform and a crime bill in California, and she denied an answer. She refused to give an answer about how she voted. She said she didn't want to give her position during election season, this close to the presidential election. She doesn't want to talk about her opinion and her stance on this bill, this law. Are you serious right now? You can't tell the American people how you're going to vote on this? Well, there's a reason for that, because she is a far left radical extremist, and her vote lessened the punishment for these crimes. It's going to be what most of us would not have voted. That's how she voted. So obviously she's not going to let us know. Guys, you have to assume the worst, especially when she refuses to tell you. And lastly, the whole thing about Peanut the squirrel, the government overreach. That's the type of government that Kamala Harris would have. Bigger government, more laws, more regulation. The type of government that shows up and kills your pets, okay? Now, this article here, J.D. Vance saying that Donald Trump is fired up over the killing of Peanut the squirrel. I definitely would be interested to hear his thoughts on that. That story has definitely taken the world by storm. Very sad that it happened. I hate that it happened. Should never happen in this country. With all the things that are going on in our nation, it's really sad that the government chooses to act here. It's kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. So, guys, the truth is going to come out here in the very near future, in the next couple of days. Hope that you have a great election day. I hope the good Lord rains down blessings on you and yours, and that you follow Him. In Jesus' name, see you on the next one, guys.